Come in.
Hi, yeah, how is going?
Hi. Good. How are you?
I'm good too. I know we have been working so hard these days.
Yes, we are so tired.
Yeah, okay, so we have 2 extra tickets for the concert
Wow.
this weekend. Why don't you just accept this and have a relax with your friends?
Sounds great. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Have a nice one.
Thank you. Hi, Shuyi. Do you have time during this weekend? I have 2 tickets for the concert. Do you want to come with me?
How did you get the tickets? I saw they are all sold out.
My client gave them to me. You know, I'm working on an audit engagement. The client's so nice, so they gave them to me.
Is that okay for you to accept the gift from client?
I think it's fine because it's just an inexpensive gift. She do not ask me to do anything in return, so I think it's fine.
Here we have a situation where a client is giving the auditors tickets to a concert for a job well done to reward them for their hard work. This is a situation where we may find ourselves in. What should we do? What are the issues at hand? And what are the best practices?
Okay. So the issue at hand is that it will affect your independence and appearance, because it could be that someone from the outside could see your audit opinion in a different light if they were to find out that you accepted a gift from a client, even if it was a small value gift. Another issue is that it could be a slippery slope, because if you start receiving small gifts, management could be testing the water with those small gifts, and over time raise the value until they have something over you, and they can have undue influence over your opinion, and maybe ask you to do other unethical practices that might be worse. So the best practice in this kind of situation would be to not accept the gift and inform the client that your firm has certain policies regarding that, and then inform your manager or supervisor, and maybe even have a document trail to show what were your actions during this altercation.
I agree. The client may not think much of it. They may not, just a gesture to thank the auditors for their hard work. They may not know that the auditors have a policy against, giving and receiving of gifts. So in this situation, we should really ask, what does the client expect? Do they expect something in return for, the tickets in the future?
Sha, I have something to tell you that I can't accept your ticket.
Why?
I have asked my manager that we have policy we can't accept gift from clients. I'm sorry, I need to
sorry,
return
I
to you.
didn't think that much. I don't know you have a policy.
You're so nice person. Thank you.
Hey, Shuyi, I have a good news for you. You're my best friend. I only tell you. My audit client is going to have a big acquisition recently. I think their stock price is going to increase about 30%. I think it's a very good time for you to invest.
Oh, that's great. I'm going to buy their stock right now.
But just keep to yourself. Don't
Okay.
tell anyone else.
Okay, I know that.
In this situation, we have 2 coworkers who may be in different departments that are talking on a break, having cooler talk, discussing a client with their coworker, and talking about financial performance and potential stock price increase. If we find ourselves in a situation like this, what should we do? What's the best practice?
Okay, so in a situation like this, it has to do with the issue of confidentiality and integrity. When you're performing an audit, you are susceptible to find information or very important and confidential information from your client, because you have to use that information in order to provide your audit opinion. So in regards to the ACCTG code, there is a requirement that auditors keep that information confidential and do not share it with anyone that's outside of the audit. And if you do this kind of thing, such as insider trading, and provide that information to someone who isn't part of the audit, it can severely affect your confidentiality and integrity. Okay, so the best practice for confidentiality is to have your own set filters to know that you're not supposed to share this information with anyone outside of the audit, because it can severely affect the auditor-client relationship if you divulge confidential information to someone that isn't supposed to know this. It can also affect your reputation with your client and anyone else or any other potential client. And there are ramifications through security fraud charges brought on by the SEC if someone decides to trade on that information, or even if you yourself decide to trade on that information.
A few sample situations that we may find ourselves in. There are plenty of other gray area situations that we also may find ourselves a part of, and we wanted to discuss what are the best practices if we do find ourselves in these sort of situations.
Okay, so one of the best practices is to set your own code of ethics early on so that you have a certain guidelines or structure if you are in those kind of ethical situations.
Exactly. So set your moral compass early. Don't deviate from it. Integrity is a big key. It's never for sale. As accountants, we're held to a higher standard. Take pride in what you do.
Okay. Another thing is, if you are in an organization whose own code of ethics is in conflict with your own, the best thing to do is just walk away, because it might result in them trying to push you to do something that you don't feel comfortable in doing. And I think that's it. Okay, so the best practice for confidentiality is to have your own set filters, to know that you're not supposed to share this information with anyone outside of the audit, because it can severely affect the auditor-client relationship if you divulge confidential information to someone that isn't supposed to know this. It can also affect your reputation with your client and anyone else or any other potential client. And there are ramifications through security fraud charges brought on by the SEC if someone decides to trade on that information, or even if you yourself decide to trade on that information. Okay.